Good afternoon. We have gathered here today to celebrate the wedding of Elizabeth Paige Stunkel and Brian Lewis Nelson. On behalf of Libby and Brian, thank you for joining us today. They're extremely grateful that you have come to share in their joy and support their decision to commit to each other in a lifelong relationship. Who brings this woman to join this man in marriage?
Her mother and me.
Today, Brian and Libby bring their talents, unique personalities, and spirits forward, which will unite them into one as they bring their life together. By making this commitment today, Brian and Libby's relationship will become stronger, more meaningful. Today, they demonstrate their devotion by dedicating themselves to a life together. They show their regret for each other, respect, not regret. That comes later, right? They show their respect for each other by setting forth to honor the vows they have created. Today their lives, which began on separate paths, will be joined as one. We are here to celebrate the love that these two share, but we are also here to celebrate family. It's the blending of two families, separate up to this point, but united from this day forward, blending their different traditions and strengthening the family tree. Brian and Libby wish to honor this blending of the families by presenting a rose to their mothers for the many selfless sacrifices and for the unconditional love freely given to their children. It is through the love and support given by their families and close friends that these two unique personalities were formed and stand before you today. Brian and Libby would like to light a candle to honor these important people who could not be here today, but are with us in spirit.
Marriage is love walking hand in hand together. It's laughing with each other about silly little things and learning to discuss the big things with care and tenderness. Like just how many potato heads does one home need? In marriage, love is trusting each other when you're apart. It's getting over disappointments and hurts, knowing that these are present in all relationships. It's the realization that there is no one else in this world that you'd rather be with than the one you're married to. It's thinking of new things to do together. It's growing old together. Marriage is being in love for the rest of your life.
Deep abiding affection, the magical and compelling shared impulse that makes us seek each other company, is among the greatest gifts of the human experience. Any of us who have been fortunate enough to find and express that kind of loving devotion that we are celebrating here today knows it's an awesome and beautiful thing. This understanding brings me to the first of 3 suggestions I will offer you, Libby and Brian. Be constantly grateful for the presence of this precious person who has chosen to make a life with you. My second suggestion is to make each other the recipient of daily kindness. Be generous with compliments and be attentive and helpful. Last, but perhaps most importantly, make truth the unfailing bedrock of your lives together. A happy, loving marriage is built on love and respect. Mark Twain once said, "To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with." Then again, he also said, "A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself as a liar," so who knows. I do know that over the past few years, I've had the pleasure of witnessing both Brian and Libby's relationship grow to the point we are today. I personally am honored to join these 2 great friends in marriage, and I love them both very dearly. If what Mr. Twain says is true, it is my humble opinion that these 2 awesome individuals will have plenty of joy to divide in their lifetime. My hope for you is that you have many long years to delight in each other's company, to feel the gratitude for your great fortune, and having found and loved each other, to make a home together that is both sheltering and welcoming. To each do meaningful, productive work at home and in the world, and to love and be loved by the friends and family who have come here today to support you. Your presence here today and the promises you are about to make brings me to my first question. Brian, do you take Libby for your lawful wedded wife? Will you love, honor, comfort, and cherish her from this day forward, forsaking all others, keeping only unto her for as long as you shall both live?
I will.
Libby, do you take Brian for your lawful wedded husband? Will you love, honor, comfort, and cherish him from this day forward, forsaking all others, keeping only unto him for as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Brian, repeat after me. I, Brian Lewis Nelson,
Brian Lewis Nelson,
choose you, Elizabeth Page Stunkel,
choose you, Elizabeth Page Stunkel,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
your hopes are now my hopes.
your hopes are now my hopes.
Your dreams are now my dreams.
Your dreams are now my dreams.
Your fears are now my concerns.
Your fears are now my concerns.
I promise to love you
I promise to love you
and honor you
and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
Libby, repeat after me. I,
I,
Elizabeth Page Stunkel,
Elizabeth Page Stunkel,
chose you, Brian Lewis Nelson,
choose you, Brian Lewis Nelson,
just whatever, to be my husband
to be my husband
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Your hopes are now my hopes.
Your hopes are now my hopes.
Your dreams are now my dreams.
Your dreams are now my dreams.
Your fears are my concerns.
Your fears are my concerns.
I promise to love you
I promise to love you
and honor you
and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
Place this ring on Libby's finger and repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I give you my heart.
I give you my heart.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Place this ring on Brian's finger and repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I give you my heart.
I give you my heart.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I wed thee.
I wed thee.
Brian and Libby, you have shown affection and devotion to each other by giving your vows and by giving the rings. By the powers vested in me, I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Nelson. Brian, you know.